I was born to fish. It's an obsession that consumes my life. As a fishing journo and photographer, I go to the greatest lengths to get the shot.
Get in the boat, Alex!
Join me as I travel the world in search of fishing heaven.
Oh, yeah!
I didn't give him any line that time. I've wanted to catch one of these all my life. Wetting a line with some of the best fishos on the planet. Joe the Rooster. How's the serenity? In fishing, you have your good days and you have your bad days. This is the ultimate bucket list for fishing.
This is insane. The storms are going up around.
Fishing is much more than just catching fish. Double. It's about sharing the adventure with your mates.
You caught an Aussie. G'day, mate.
I'm McGlashan, and this is Fishing with Mates. Now, I love my tuna fishing, but when it comes to yellowfin, there is only one place on Earth to go, Ascension Island, and that is the Jurassic Park of fishing. Ascension Island is basically a rock in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but on closer inspection, there is so much more to this rock than meets the eye. It's home to a small contingent of UK and US Air Force personnel, and the only way to get here is to come by military air tanker from the UK. So in other words, it's a bloody long way from Australia. After 30 hours of flying, we finally made it. And I've brought some of my closest mates along to share in this bucket list adventure of a lifetime. And I'm amping to get on the water. How are you, mate?
The beast.
So Mick and I are going out with my old mate Colin Chester from South Africa, who runs the fishing charter here, which is appropriately named Ascension Dreaming.
And I hope you guys are going to enjoy my Aussie accent while we're doing this thing. And let me know if I'm going wrong, you know what I mean, mate?
Well, Mick and I went off with Colin. Our other mates, Jamie and Sundal, were about to go tuna fishing out of a rubber ducky.
But I got you.
You don't know how bad I want to get in the water. Like, this is just one of those things I've wanted to do for that long. And it's, come here, it's clean water and big tuna. I don't even want to catch one. I just want to dive with them. It's ridiculous how close you fish to shore at Ascension. We're literally driving 500 metres offshore. We're not even fishing in deep water. 60, 80 metres, that's where you catch the really big tuna.
What's happening, Dano? So we've had a couple of really big tuna off the beach here in like 2-3 metres of water, straight at 20 feet off the side. Biggest one we had is 105 kilos.
So you seriously catch these massive yellowfin in here?
Yeah, so tell you what, Al, on these drop-offs along the side, that drops off really quickly down to 30, 40 metres where we are now, and then down to 50, 60 metres, another sort of 30, 40 metres further out to sea. And what they do, the big tuna come in, chase the triggers up against the side, and start feeding on those black trigger fish.
Really?
Yeah.
Got to be the only place on Earth that happens. So Colin's taking us to one of his favourite hotspots for the tuna.
You guys can start popping now and see if we get anything up just with a blind drift, and then what I'll do is I'll start chumming. We should have some fish up in a couple of minutes, half an hour at the most, I would imagine.
So on Ascension, the fishing techniques are quite unique. So there's chumming, which was burling for the tuna. So we use sardines. We chop them up, chunk them out, and get the fish up the boat. The second way is popper fishing, so literally just casting for them. But you've got to upgrade all your hooks. You can't just use your standard trebles. You've got to beef everything up because these are the biggest fish in the world. So I've taken the treble hooks off, put a single hook on. The trebles will just break up on these big tuna. How good are these frigate birds, Cole? Although I'm guessing they're going to get a bit annoying soon. Oh, get out of it.
Oh, we've got a couple birds.
No, come on, get off. So the frigate birds are so close, it's almost impossible not to catch one. But like I always say, I'm all for catch and release. You get some real hazards, obviously, fishing for big yellowfin. The frigates obviously want to be a part of the party. And it's just, you know, they'll only get hooked up and they'll come off, and as you can see, it doesn't hurt them too much.
Right. Come on, boys. Come on back.
Whoa, there's balls!
Get them all. We got them all around the boat now. Al's a bit scared of catching anything too big because he's a very unfit bloke. We've got a 50-kilo fish swimming around the boat. It's got Al's name on it. Come on, mate, back into it.
All right, I'll go. I'm casting. Oh, look at it. Oh, God, I want to jump in. Oh! Swap lures if you don't hook up right. Look at him under the boat there. This is what we came for, Kyle. This is insane.
He hasn't... Oh, he's waking up now. He's just woken up.
So, Mick, I think you made a mistake of putting Del Drewster out.
Mate, it's such a great spectacle seeing a yellowfin hit these poppers on top of the water. There's bigger fellas down there.
Hang on. You're all right. Just jump. There we go. Got you.
A little yellowfin there.
Grab that tail.
Yeah. That's a tiny little yellowfin, but it's a sight. I'd say that's the smallest one we've caught in Ascension for a while.
Will we let this guy go and get a bigger one?
Yeah,
Hey, Mick, I'll let your fish go. And then off you go, buddy.
Oh, we caught anything up to like 50 kilos on Ascension, pretty much a keyring tuna. You know, stick it on your car keys or whatever.
Catching a fish on a popper is about as exciting as it gets. Let's swap around if I can. Oh, and with tuna, with the rooster popper, they hit it so hard, there's an explosion of white water. And then instantly the rod's alive in your hand, and then the pain starts once you hook up. He looked all right, but I can't tell.
There's some beauties now.
Oh, look at him. I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to catch this fish, and I'm looking down at, what, 40 and 50 kilos. Oh, look at the size of them.
Beautiful.
It wasn't massive by Ascension Island standards, but it was the biggest yellowfin I've ever caught on a popper. Have a look at the size of that. You got a hand? Oh. On. Have a look at that. Let's roll this baby over. How's that on a popper, man? Will we let him go?
Let him go.
Oh, oh.
Yeah!
Mate, well done.
Nice one, man.
So we've been fishing for an hour, and there's yellowfin everywhere around the boat. And I really want to get in with them.
Oh! Yep. Man, that's a big one! Come on! There's another box inside here. We've got bigger fish coming back into the pattern. We've got 30, 40 kilo fish, and then down low there's bigger fish. Now the bigger fish are getting a bit more aggressive and coming right up and just rolling right in front of us. There's a monster. Yep, there's a big fella. Oh, look at the size of him.
A big part of my job is taking photos for all the fishing magazines, but nothing prepares you for Ascension's underwater world.
This is the petting station right now. Little petting zoo, tuna petting zoo, Ascension style. And I'm pretty sure Al's gonna start enjoying himself.
That's insane, man.
How did you enjoy that?
Oh, my God, as soon as I get in, so I jump in the water, and I'm just there trying to get the gear ready. Look up, this yellowfin goes, oh, super, oh, pressing record, trying to get everything going. Oh, man, bring it on. I'm going to do that for the rest of my life. So with my first tuna fix done, we decided to head back and check out the island. But Sundal and Jamie, they couldn't hold back. They had to keep fishing because they wanted a big tuna.
You know, you just got to keep at it. I mean, at the moment, I'm using a real big cut-face popper because the wind's up and there's a bit of chop and it just creates a bit more action on the surface. Fish can see it a bit easier.
So I've caught some big fish out of small boats. But I tell you what, these guys were doing it hard. They were trying to catch a 100-kilo yellowfin, basically out of a rubber ducky.
The no hooks on popper.
Not many places in the world you can go and just drift along casting 3 poppers in the water to catch jumbo yellowfin over 100 kilos, man. This is a unique place. Look, the first hookup of these fish was just out of this world. I mean, we didn't know what to expect. We've been casting poppers for a long time. Hadn't seen much, couple of small fish. We didn't know how these fish fought, how hard they run. We're using heavy gear. This thing just exploded on the surface, grabbed the popper off the surface, and it ran. It screamed, and I was barely able to stand up in the boat with the drag pressure I had on. This thing was crazy. I mean, you could feel the weight, literally, of that size fish. Everything was stable, hooks had set him well. We were basically just settling in for a fight with this fish, and then all of a sudden... I don't like that. Oh, he's gone! He's gone! No! He's gone! No! Oh, what happened? It's pulled the hook. Broken hook. Oh, mate, we're up tight, a lot of pressure on the fish. And all of a sudden, it's just gone loose, man. And obviously, it was hooked just in these two hooks here, and one of them's bust off, probably had most of the pressure on that one barb. This one is, then probably was secondly hooked in, and it's just bent out. Big fish, man, they do a lot of damage.
So while Sundal and Jamie were attempting to land a big fish, Colin took us on a cruise around the island. It's such a surreal environment, this place, isn't it?
It's a harsh place to survive, you know. So harsh, in fact, that even the camels died out here, you know.
Oh, really? There's camels here?
There were camels.
Ascension Island is made up of 50 volcanoes that were formed over 1 million years ago. The last eruption was 700 years ago. So our chances of getting fried while we were here were looking pretty good. I just can't get over this environment, how bizarre it is. I just, you know, it is like you're on the moon, isn't it? It's an island of stark contrast, from the Mars-like landscapes down on the coastline to a lush tropical rainforest known as Green Mountain. The military presence on the island dates back to 1815, after Emperor Napoleon was imprisoned on St Helena Island, and the Brits wanted to avoid a French rescue effort. The old forts are still here today. But it wouldn't be a proper tour without a bit of fishing. So we walked down the edge of the rocks. Colin's going, just cast, you'll be right. I've cast my little Alco out, and it's gone bang straight away. There's jacks there, there's black triggerfish everywhere, there's groper underneath. This place is alive.
Watch the body go now.
Watch this. Just crank it. Oh, here we go. Look at him, look at him. I'm trying to get too fast so he doesn't eat it.
So my first cast I hook up, and seconds later Cole's on as well. We're both on a double hookup, and we've only just started.
Woo. How good is this, mate?
Oh, that one's, oh yeah, that's a little blackjack.
Little blackjack, eh?
Fierce little fighters.
Back on the water, Sundal and Jamie were fishing hard, but it was big fish 1 and Sundal 0.
Losing that fish was devastating, but, you know, we kept going, kept casting. An hour later... Oh, yeah! The monster! The monster! Fish has come up, hit the lure, out of the water, and then it was screaming, and you could see the body of the fish and just how big it was, and knew straight away. It's the one, boys! Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Man.
Good fish?
Yeah, big fish. When you get these hookups, your heart's racing. Once that thing hooks up and it's screaming, you then just start worrying, panicking about what could go wrong, because these fish, they test every bit of your tackle and your physical stamina. Find like a big one now. Whoa! He's screaming.
Definitely a real fish, this one.
Oh, mate, I saw it. I saw it come out.
Need like a freight train, eh?
You're basically just stressing out the whole time just to get this fish, because you know you're setting in for a long fight. They don't come easy. He's just gone a bit erratic, beating his tail, shaking his head. Oh, mate, it's gonna be a while. Got a sore lower back, man, but my heart's pumping. That's it, hold there. Mate, it's just the grind with this fish. They got a lot of weight, big sickles, so they just sit side on. They just hold themselves down to that depth. Very hard to move them, man. love to see a big sickle come out of the water there.
Starting to hurt, mate?
Yep, it's hurting. He's not far away, but this is what we come here for, man. Second shot today. Praying that this one comes. 2 hours into the fight, it was pretty much a tug of war. I mean, the fish would run, we'd get some line back, you know, it'd take 50 metres, we'd get 50 back, and that kept going on for a long time. And the pain, because you're in that boat, is all your lower back. It's torture. I mean, you need to stop, rest, and get back in when you can. Mate, he was close, and now he's just got his head down and heading straight back down, man, again. Look, this fish was ruthless. I mean, it was not going to give up. And, you know, we had it close to the boat a few times, and we all knew that wasn't an indication that we were going to get it soon. I mean, we knew we were in for hours. It hadn't given up. I mean, it kept running, kept pulling. We'd get some line back. It'd take it back. It was a tug of war. Peeling line off like it's nothing.
Giving the old Stella a workout anyways. Epic battle, epic.
Well, at least he'll be tiring out from this as well.
Question is, who's going to be broken first? Sandal or the fish?
While Sandal was locked into a monster battle, Col and I were chasing entree-sized jacks and groper.
So we caught a few jacks, but then we caught the groper, which are apparently really good eating. And they're pretty cool fish because they sit on the bottom, and as soon as something goes past, bang, they smash it. Groper master.
That's a beauty.
It's a nice fish, eh? So the groper, they're kind of similar to back home. They fight so hard, you know, they come up, you're sitting there working, bang, you're on, because they want to get back down to their hole, and they're going to drag you back down there if it's the last thing they do. What a pretty little fish.
It's a little beauty.
All right, now swim quickly, buddy, because you're...
There we go.
At least you didn't hit the rocks, the poor bloke.
Back on the water, Sandal's gigantic tuna was literally towing their rubber ducky out to sea.
Come on, man, so close, so close.
It's not close, man. It's a lot of weight. I need to rest my back. It's killing me.
Go on the way down, Benson. Go on the way down.
Mate, you know what weight is on this? You don't understand. You do not understand, man. Like, oh, my God. Oh.
He's hurting.
Man.
He's hurting.
Can't budge it.
Hey?
Cannot budge it. After 3 hours of fighting this fish, you know, you're busted. I mean, you're not making any ground. I mean, the thing's in the same position it has been most of the fight. And you start to think, well, how do we get this thing to the boat? Why is it coming up so high? Is that normal? Is that normal that it come up straight down?
There it is.
There it is!
All right, Mario.
There it is!
So finally, after 4 hours, Sandal has won his battle against this monster yellowfin.
Big sickles on it, Benson. Big sickles. Massive sickles.
Here he comes, guys.
Okay, you just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, my God, it looks gigantic.
Big
the
head.
size of it. First thing we saw when this fish came up to the boat after, you know, near on 4 hours was its head come up to the surface, and just the broadness of its head and the size of its open mouth. I mean, we knew this was a fish well over 100 kilos and, you know, something we'd never seen before in the water. You know, it was Jubilee. I mean, I was stoked. I mean, to get something like that after 4 hours, I mean, I just wanted to scream. All right, Mario, let's have him. Let's have him. Come on, Mario. Get it in. Get it in now. It's yours, take it. Catching that fish, getting the gaff in it. I mean, I'm a panic merchant, and when the boys put the gaff into that thing, with me yelling at them, I mean, we're all over the moon. Once you get that first gaff shot in, you know you've got the fish. Even though we're in a boat that's probably not for fishing, once those gaffs are in, you pretty much got it. And we were stoked, man. I mean, it's the best feeling to know you've finally put the time in, you've got what you came here for. I mean, it's a trophy, you know. It's unreal.
So the moment of truth for any angler is the weigh-in. Now, Sandal has been busting as long as I've known him to catch a yellowfin over 100 kilos.
Let's do it.
Well, once you go, man. Once you go.
What's he call?
Let's go, baby. Come on.
Yeah, I want a hand. Come in here. So it's the moment of truth. The fish is going up and the scales are starting to read and they've swung around. Oh, 112.
Yeah! Everyone wants their fish to be over 100 kilos. I mean, it's just not the same if it's not. I mean, every fish is the same. That's a cracker.
You bloody ripper.
Once in a lifetime fish, man. Mate, the whole trip, all worthwhile. You only need one fish like that in your lifetime and you're a happy man, happy fisher. Give me a cuddle.
Well done, well done. So I was stoked for Sundal. This was his ultimate dream to catch this fish. And I now understand why they call it Ascension dreaming. A bit more, so come around.
While it's sad to see a big fish die, the whole island got to enjoy some fish for dinner. So nothing was wasted on this majestic creature.
Sharing the sashimi from someone else's spoils with all your mates, how good is that? It can't get any better than that.
Ascension dreaming.
All right, here's to fishing with mates.
Cheers, man.
Well done, boys.
Good, boys.
Get away from my sashimi. Oh, yeah. There we go.
We just need a bigger belt.
This is what you get when you get a really stupid cameraman that's locked everything in his head. As a fishing journo and photographer, I drink beer.
You know what I mean, mate?
Hold his leg, hold him! We're smashing it. Searched it out. I'm one of those people that's kind of like cross-dressed and I can't decide whether to stay on top or go underneath. They're going to be looking at that going, oh no.